Hello, guys. So I'm new to this whole blog situation, but I felt like my feelings on the subject could be better expressed with a face-to-face type of interaction rather than me just typing it on the internet or writing something on Facebook. I'm here to talk about women cutting their hair short. Obviously, I have short hair, and obviously I like it, because why else would I do it? But in my years of having pixie cuts, and not having pixie cuts, and then having pixie cuts again, I've noticed something that's a bit of a running theme through television and movies and in media. It's this trope that I find a little bit disturbing, and I think that it has a very dangerous message encoded in it for girls and women. I'll set the scene. It's a modern TV drama. The main female character has just had some kind of terrible emotional upheaval in her life. Maybe she's been sexually assaulted. Maybe she has been fired from her job. She's had a terrible fight with her boyfriend or a friend or a family member. She walks into her bathroom and pulls out the scissors. They are always large, shiny, and very sharp looking. She proceeds to look in the mirror with this angry, beautiful face, tears running down, the way that people cry only in movies and television. I don't think I've ever cried that way in real life. She takes the scissors and she proceeds to, with much, much difficulty and anguish, chop off her hair. The mascara is running, the dramatic music is playing, and while there is usually some kind of feeling of joy or relief at the end of the chopping process, it's always portrayed as if it's the most difficult and shocking thing in the world for this woman to be cutting her hair. Entertainment Weekly has dubbed it the mental breakdown haircut. It's always a woman. You don't see Arnold Schwarzenegger giving himself a buzz cut in his bathroom mirror because he's a sad, sad Terminator. I can name a dozen examples, but here are just a few. Katy Perry in her video for Part of Me, Hannah in Girls when she's going through an OCD episode and she's trying to give herself bangs, and Sally Draper in Mad Men. There are dozens and dozens and dozens more examples, but those are just a few. And you might be asking, so why is this a problem? We see it in movies and television all the time. What's the big deal? Why is that dangerous? What's this big message? And there's several reasons, but I'll list a couple. My first big one is self-esteem. Why does short hair have to be a lifesaver? Why does it have to be this huge emotional thing that a woman is doing so that she can feel happy again? Why can't it just be, hey, I feel like cutting my hair short today? Or why can't it be a woman already has short hair in the movie or the TV show? Why is it something that has to take place only after something emotional happens to her? It's often portrayed as something done in response to an outside stimulus. Example, a man or a boss or an opposing force, rather than as just something a woman is choosing to do of her own volition. Why does a woman in media only have short hair when she's going through some terrible, awful experience? Why is it only appealing if she's chosen to cut it off for that reason? It's like the media is saying cutting your hair super short is acceptable, but only if it's done for a really good reason. Then I have a problem with the level of permanency of these haircuts that take place in movies and television. Oftentimes, the woman only cuts her hair with the intention of letting it then grow back. The television show picks up at a later date, the movie has a part 2, and suddenly the woman's hair is growing again, or it's long again inexplicably, because that's the only way she was attractive. And when you put that message out there, it's like saying that not only is this new short hair not attractive and not acceptable as an example of what a beautiful, attractive, sexy woman looks like, but the woman didn't even like it either. See, she's growing it back. So clearly short hair isn't that great. Cutting her hair was just an example of a weak female impulsiveness. Perhaps she was on her cycle that day and just got a little dramatic with the scissors. Better lock those babies up once a month so she doesn't get choppy. Look, Women can do whatever they want with their hair, whenever they want, and for whatever reason they want. If it's due to some personal need to find renewal, then that's great. If it's just because they saw a cute picture on Pinterest and want to replicate it, that's great too. Women shouldn't have to do or not do something with their hair or their makeup or their clothes or anything about their physical appearance for any specific reason. We need to stop portraying women with short hair as people who are different or quirky or even disturbed. It's not valuable in our modern dialogue, and it's damaging. I've had a lot of women in the past couple months that I've had this short haircut, and it's been about a year. And I always get the same reaction from so many people. Sometimes I get a different reaction, but more often than not, I get the reaction of, "Wow, I love your hair, but I could never do that." Why? Why can't you? Why can't anyone ever do this? It's not like I have some special talent in order to be able to wear this kind of hair or to pull it off. And some days I don't pull it off at all. Some days I look like an 11-year-old boy, but I don't care because I am not doing this for anyone else but me. If you want to cut your hair, cut your hair. If you don't want to cut your hair, then don't cut your hair. It's all good and it's all acceptable. And all the reasons that you may or may not cut your hair are great too. And I think that that's a message that could be better absorbed and better utilized by the media. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.